In the opulent command center of the Galactic Empire's flagship, Voracious, the atmosphere was laden with scorn. A council of alien leaders had assembled, their eyes glued to a large holographic display showcasing various species of the universe. When Earth's image flickered onto the screen, laughter erupted. Admiral Zor, a towering figure with iridescent scales, sneered, "Ah, Earth, still grappling with combustion engines and internal conflicts. How quaint." His voice boomed, resonating off the metallic walls. Beside him, General M, his multiple eyes gleaming, chimed in, "Indeed, Zor. It's a wonder they've made it this far in the cosmos without self-destructing." On Earth, Captain Jonathan Jax West watched the live feed from a covert surveillance probe, his jaw clenched in frustration. Seated in the dimly lit briefing room of the Earth Space Navy, he was not alone. Lieutenant Kyle Riggs and Dr. Eric S., the lead scientist, shared his grim determination. Jax turned to his comrades. "You hear that? They think we're a joke. It's time we wipe that smugness off their faces." Kyle, ever the strategist, leaned forward. "We've been underestimated, which could work to our advantage. They won't expect a counter-move from us." Dr. Sato, older and more measured, adjusted his glasses. "Our tech has improved, Jax. If we can enhance the cloaking device I've been working on, we might be able to sneak into their next big council meeting. Imagine the intelligence we could gather." Jax nodded, his mind racing with possibilities. "Kyle, gather the pilots. Eric, I need that device operational. We're going to show the galaxy what Earth can do." The men dispersed, each to his task, driven by a shared goal. Over the next few days, the Earth Space Navy base became a hive of activity, with technicians and scientists collaborating closely to retrofit fighters with the latest stealth technology and arm them with newly developed pulse cannons. Meanwhile, in his quarters, Jax prepared for the mission. The weight of command lay heavy on his shoulders, yet the fire in his eyes spoke of his unyielding spirit. He rehearsed the plan with his crew, each member keenly aware of the stakes. Finally, the day of the mission arrived. The Intrepid, now a shadow among stars thanks to Dr. Sato's cloaking device, approached the location of the next Galactic Council meeting. Jax, Kyle, and a select team of elite pilots manned the controls, their faces set in grim determination. Jax's voice was steady as he addressed his team. "This is more than a mission. It's our chance to stand up for Earth. We're not just fighting for our planet, but for our place in the universe. Let's make sure they never underestimate humanity again." The Intrepid slid into position, undetected by the alien fleet's sensors. Jax and his crew held their breath as they hovered on the brink of the unknown, ready to shift the galaxy's perception of Earth forever. The silence of space enveloped the Intrepid as it hovered near the site of the Galactic Council's next meeting. Captain Jax West and his team were poised in their cloaked vessel, hearts pounding with the gravity of their mission. The crew's focus was unbreakable as they waited for the right moment to strike, to gather intelligence that could tip the scales in humanity's favor. "Radar's clear," Captain whispered Lieutenant Kyle Riggs, his eyes glued to the sensor panel. "No sign of detection from any of the alien ships." Dr. Eric Sato monitored the cloaking device's readings, ensuring their invisibility remained intact. "Energy levels are stable. The cloak is holding." Jax nodded, a silent gesture of approval. He turned to his communications officer, Sergeant Mark Lee. "Mark, keep scanning their frequencies. Anything unusual, you let me know immediately." As the alien delegates began to arrive in their ornate ships, the Earth team listened intently to the intercepted communications. The alien confidence was palpable, their security lax as they joked about the lesser species they governed. Suddenly, a sharp beep pierced the quiet. Mark tensed, his fingers flying over the console. "Captain, you're going to want to hear this." Picking up a new signal. "It's a distress call nearby." Jax's eyes narrowed. "Can we afford to check it out, Kyle?" Kyle reviewed their position in the surrounding space. "It's on our way out. Minimal deviation required. It might actually cover our exit." "Then we check it out," Jax decided swiftly. "If there's one thing Earth stands for, it's aiding those in need." The Intrepid made a calculated detour towards the source of the distress signal. As they approached, the scene unfolded on their screens. A civilian vessel, unmistakably human-made, was besieged by a small band of pirate ships, likely emboldened by the Galactic Empire's disdain for Earth. "We've got civilians in trouble, weapons hot." "Let's make this quick," Jax ordered, his voice firm with resolve. The Intrepid dropped its cloak, revealing its presence with a barrage of pulse fire that caught the pirates off guard. Within minutes, the pirates were disabled, floating helplessly in space. Jax contacted the civilian ship. "This is Captain Jax West of the Earth Space Navy. Are you all right?" A relieved voice responded, "Yes, Captain, thanks to you." We didn't think anyone would come. As they escorted the civilian ship to safety, a sudden onslaught of energy pulses rained down upon them. The Intrepid rocked violently under the unexpected attack. Alarms blared, and the crew was thrown into disarray. "It's a trap," Kyle shouted, gripping his console through the chaos. Jax saw their attackers' ships bearing the insignias of the Galactic Empire. The distress call had been a setup, a cruel joke to capture or kill Earth's bravest. Full retreat. "Get us out of here now," Jax commanded, his heart racing as he maneuvered the Intrepid through a storm of enemy fire. As they limped away from the ambush, the damage to the Intrepid was severe. Life support was critical, and casualties were mounting. Yet amidst the smoke and sirens, Jax's resolve hardened like steel. "They want to mock us, laugh at us?" Jax's voice was a fierce growl over the ship's comm system. "We're going to show them exactly what Earth is made of. Prepare for war." The crew, battered but unbroken, rallied behind him. They had been deceived and attacked, but it only fueled their determination to fight back. Earth would no longer be the universe's laughingstock. The time had come for their courage and cunning to shine. As the Intrepid set a course back to Earth, the stage was set for humanity to rise and confront their tormentors head-on. The Intrepid limped back to Earth, scarred and battle-worn, a stark testament to the Galactic Empire's hostility. Its arrival was met with shock and dismay. The sight of the battered flagship stirred a tempest of emotion among the world's populace and leaders alike. Earth's fragmented nations, already tense with their own squabbles, were suddenly faced with an external threat that could no longer be ignored. Captain Jax West stood before the United Nations, broadcast globally, his expression grave but his voice resolute. "Ladies and gentlemen of Earth," he began, "we have been attacked, mocked, and underestimated by the Galactic Empire. But we have an opportunity to show them who we are, to stand united." In the crowd, murmurs of agreement mixed with those of apprehension. Jax knew he needed more than words to sway the world's leaders. He turned to his allies, Lieutenant Kyle Riggs and Dr. Eric Sato, who stood ready with evidence of the Empire's deceit and brutality. Kyle stepped forward, presenting intercepted communications and visuals of the ambush, revealing the Empire's underhanded tactics. This was no random attack, Kyle declared. It was a targeted strike meant to eliminate Earth's potential resistance. "We must respond, or we risk further aggression, perhaps even annihilation." Dr. Sato followed, showcasing the technological advancements Earth had achieved under the radar, advances that could level the playing field. "Our technology has progressed faster than the Empire knows. With unity and further development, we can protect our home." The assembly was silent, the weight of their decision palpable in the air. It was then that Chancellor Rivera, representing one of Earth's principal nations, stood. "What you ask is not simple, Captain West, but the threat is clear. We must stand as one or fall divided." One by one, other leaders voiced their support. A pact was forged that day, the birth of the United Earth Defense Force UEDF, with Jax at its helm. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a sense of urgency and purpose across the globe. Earth began to prepare, by industries pivoting to support the war effort, citizens enlisting to defend their home. Jax returned to the military base, now bustling with activity, where he convened with his top advisors and friends. "We have their support, but now comes the hard part," he admitted, to poring over strategic maps and potential battle plans. Kyle, now promoted to commander, nodded in agreement. "We'll need to train our forces, expand our fleet, and integrate the technologies Eric has developed. Every second counts." Dr. Sato, tasked with weaponizing his scientific breakthroughs, added, "I'm already on it. The new energy shields and propulsion systems will be ready for testing within the week." In the weeks that followed, Earth transformed. Training camps sprouted up, scientists and engineers labored day and night, and the people of Earth united under a common cause. In every city, posters of Jax and his stirring words adorned the walls for the honor of humanity. As Earth's fleet expanded and its defenses solidified, Jax watched from the command center of the newly constructed UEDF headquarters. He knew the road ahead would be fraught with peril, but for the first time in history, Earth was truly united. With a deep breath, he steeled himself for the next phase of their plan. The time to test their mettle against the galaxy's giants was approaching, and Earth was ready to face it head-on. Back on Earth, the newly unified nations worked tirelessly, driven by a common goal under the banner of the United Earth Defense Force (UEDF). As Earth's industries pivoted to support the war effort, old rivalries were set aside, replaced by collaboration that spanned continents and ideologies. The urgency was palpable. The threat of the Galactic Empire loomed large, but so did Earth's determination to defend itself. In the quiet seclusion of his office at UEDF headquarters, Captain Jax West reviewed reports from the field. His focus was interrupted by Dr. Eric Sato, who burst in with a mixture of excitement and urgency. "Jax, you need to see this," he said, handing over a tablet filled with sensor data and satellite imagery. "What am I looking at?" Jax asked, peering at the images. "Hidden arsenals," Eric replied. "Decades ago, during the last global tensions, secret projects developed advanced weaponry, stuff not even you have seen. These were mothballed, forgotten about when peace was brokered. They're still out there, hidden away." Jax looked up, realization dawning on him. "You're saying we have more firepower?" "Exactly, and I know where. We found several caches under the Pacific, buried in the Sahara, frozen beneath Siberia. These aren't just weapons, there are experimental ships, defensive systems, even some prototype AI combat units. The potential of such a find was immense." Jax immediately called a meeting with his top advisors and military strategists, including Commander Kyle Riggs. Together, they planned expeditions to recover these hidden assets. Each location was a relic of Earth's fragmented past, now serving a unified present. Under Jax's orders, specialized teams, including marine archaeologists, desert survival experts, and cold environment engineers, were dispatched to the sites. The operations were risky, given the instability of some of the old tech and the potential for booby traps left from bygone paranoid days. However, the rewards outweighed the risks exponentially. One by one, the teams reported success. In the Pacific, divers discovered an underwater facility housing advanced torpedoes and submersible drones capable of atmospheric exit and re-entry. In the Sahara, buried beneath layers of sand and rock, were hangars filled with high-speed reconnaissance crafts equipped with stealth technology. Siberia yielded the most surprising cache, a fully operational command center with a stockpile of energy weapons and a fleet of drone fighters. As these assets were recovered and brought online, Jax and his team worked to integrate them into the UEDF's existing arsenal. Training programs were rapidly developed to bring pilots and crews up to speed on the advanced systems. Meanwhile, Dr. Sato focused on reverse engineering the more exotic technologies. His team managed to enhance their energy shielding capabilities by studying the old prototype systems, providing a significant boost to their defensive measures. As word of these discoveries spread throughout Earth's command structure, morale soared. Soldiers and citizens alike felt a renewed surge of hope and confidence. They were not just fighting with what they had, they were fighting with the full might of Earth's long-hidden potential. Watching the live feeds from the recovery sites, Jax felt a profound sense of pride. Earth was no longer scrambling to defend itself with outdated technology. They were bringing the full weight of their rediscovered capabilities to bear against the Galactic Empire. "The Empire thinks they know what we're capable of," Jax mused to Kyle, who stood watching alongside him. "Let's show them how wrong they are." With their hidden arsenal now in the light and added to their combat capabilities, Earth was no longer just reacting, it was taking the initiative. The stage was set for humanity to strike back, to prove their mettle, and earn the respect they deserved on the galactic stage. As the preparations for their first offensive operation began, Jax knew this was their moment to turn the tide. Under the veil of darkness, Earth's newly equipped fleet, a marvel of unified human effort and reclaimed technology, stood ready. Captain Jax West, now regarded as the vanguard of Earth's defiance, eyed the holographic star maps spread out before him. The target was clear, a remote but strategically significant outpost of the Galactic Empire, located in a sector where their communications arrays amplified their control over nearby systems. "We strike here." Jax pointed at the glowing point on the map, addressing his assembled commanders and squad leaders in the war room of the UEDF headquarters. "This outpost is the linchpin for a dozen sectors. We take it down, and we fracture their grid. It'll throw them into chaos, at least temporarily." Commander Kyle Riggs, now his second in command, nodded in agreement.